What? But you can't do this to me. You know how much I sacrifice?
What's going on, moviegoers? So if you're new to the channel, my name is Christian and welcome to C-Roll Productions. You guys, rumor has it, Marvel Studios is in search for the big, bad, ugly Norman Osborn. Now, I am excited to hear this because I love Norman Osborn. I think he's a fantastic addition to the MCU. I can't imagine them going any other route. Norman Osborn in the MCU would be so huge going down to the future. Like, just massive. And the fact that, you know, he's going to be interacting with a Tom Holland Spider-Man is even more enjoyable. Because I've loved Norman Osborn in the first Spider-Man. William Dafoe embraced that fucking role. He was fantastic as Norman Osborn. Really captured the essence of the character and also the Green Goblin as well. But we don't know if this Norman Osborn will be the Green Goblin in the MCU. Maybe he might lead the Dark Avengers. Possible things. But I'm pretty stoked to hear this news or hear this rumor that Marvel Studios is searching for their Norman Osborn in the MCU. I'm going to read you guys some of this article on MCU Cosmic. I'm telling you guys, they are legit to quit. All right, let's rewind that. For quite a while, rumors have persisted that Marvel wants to use Spider-Man villain Norman Osborn as a big bad in the next phase of the MCU. In the comic books, Norman is more than just the Green Goblin. He oversaw the dark reign of the Marvel Universe, forming a team of the Dark Avengers in the post-Endgame MCU. The power vacuum left by the loss of the key members of the Avengers is the perfect opportunity for the rise of Norman Osborn, and it's even possible that they've been setting him up in his appearance for a while in Spider-Man Homecoming and Ant-Man and the Wasp. The hunt may be on to find the perfect Norman Osborn in the MCU. According to the Geek Worldwide, they've obtained a casting breakdown that sounds a lot like Norman Osborn. The GWW has obtained character breakdown for someone under the code name the Benefactor. All that is known about the character is that he is a mysterious and nefarious benefactor. What does nefarious mean? Well, that means typically an action or activity, wicked or criminal. Interesting. The studio, sorry, I can't read this word, it's fucking blocked off by something. The studio is in seek for a male actor, preferably Caucasian, in their 40s to 60s. The actor will shoot their scene sometime this year in Atlanta. But what scene are they talking about? Post-credit scene for Spider-Man Far From Home? Nah, that can't be true because that has to be done because they just finished post-production on Spider-Man Far From Home. Interesting. What else is coming out this year? Nothing. Nothing comes out this year. Or maybe... No, that can't work. I was thinking about maybe filming a certain scene or a cameo scene to show at San Diego Comic-Con this year. But that means they'd have to start shooting that like ASAP because that's next month. But who knows? The interesting thing about this is that Ant-Man and the Wasp, Sony Birch, had a wealth benefactor who was working for and funding his quest for advanced technology. Many people have speculated that he could have been working for Norman Osborn. And now there are Marvel characters being cast under the code name the Benefactor. It really fits. Interesting. Apparently he's filming a scene. But what? For what movie? This doesn't make sense to me. But I'm very much intrigued. Matthew McConaughey as the new Norman Osborn would be fantastic. I would love to see Matthew McConaughey. But, you know, funny thing is, he did turn a role down. I think he turned a role down for Spider-Man Homecoming. I don't know what that role was. But I remember them talking about that, or there's some talk going around that Matthew McConaughey was being eyed for a role. Far From Home, Coming Home. Homecoming. They always get mixed up between these damn titles. Homecoming, Far From Home, Back to Home, Going Home. All these homes. Sick of it. But I'm pretty curious to see who they cast as Norman Osborn. Like I said, I feel like Matthew McConaughey has the look, he has the stature, he has, you know, the businessman look that Norman Osborn would have. And I feel like he'd do a fantastic job. Hopefully Marvel and him, you know, talk and be like, hey, I know you're not too busy. Why don't you come on over to the Marvel Cinematic Universe? We've casted great actors. Keanu Reeves is in negotiations for the Eternals. We have Angelina Jolie for the Eternals. We've had Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana. Fantastic actors and actresses in the MCU. So I'm curious to see more information released about this Norman Osborn casting in the MCU. It's quite fun, and I cannot wait. Green Goblin, I love it. I hope to see him as the Green Goblin. How sick would that be to get another Green Goblin, you know, in the MCU? I know Norman Osborn was in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, but he was dying because of that disease he had, and then Harry got it, and Harry did something stupid. He injected himself with the venom of the spider, and then it sped up the process, and he turned into the Green Goblin. Amazing Spider-Man 2 just wasn't a good movie. But I'm down to see another iteration of the Green Goblin in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. God, I can only imagine how sick his suit would look. The glider, oh my goodness. Oscorp building in New York, this is all the stuff I want. This is all the stuff I'm so excited for. Harry Osborn, I'd love to see Harry Osborn in the MCU. Somebody to rival Tom Holland's Spider-Man eventually. When Norman dies, if they go that route, who knows? Because in the comic books, I know Norman dies and Harry becomes the the Green Goblin, and then they fight one last time, killing the Green Goblin, and then fucking Spider-Man loses his leg or something like that. It was pretty crazy, but I'm pumped and I'm pretty excited to see what happens in the future of the MCU going forward with Spider-Man. Because like I said, Spider-Man has the greatest villains. He's the Batman of the Marvel Universe, the greatest villains of all time, and they have many villains to choose from going forward. But post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about this rumor of Norman Osborn being eyed for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and who would you cast to play Norman Osborn? Post your comments down below, you guys, and thank you for taking time today for watching Zero Productions. Peace.